Hi, today I'll be making a version 2 of this tire remover. It was one of the first projects of my welding career, so the welds look pretty bad, like pretty bad, mainly because I had the machine on tape. But enough with the excuses, let's look at this one and let's show what we'll be making next. So this is how it looks. It has two main functions. One of is cracking the bead of the tire. You just place the tire right here. Put it on, you put pressure all around, and you create the beat. Well, with that there were some issues. It worked if you played around with it, but as it is sloped and if the tire was like this, some old tires, it was slipping. So that could have been easily fixed with some legs, but that's not the only problem. The other problem is with the second feature of this. The second feature is that you could get a wheel right in there, and when the bead was cracked, you could get this tool underneath it. And how you got underneath it, you turn it all around, and then you could get it out. It was very simple and easy to get the tires off. Well, you can always do it the hard way with these. The issue being is with the old tires, it's almost impossible to do it like this. So, the other being that these discs, which are similar to a Miata, don't fit because this is too big. And also the problem is that if you have a wheel on here, and even if it's attached, it likes to rock a lot, which makes it very hard. The last thing is, it wasn't here originally, but here it just is underneath this, so that it holds as a support, so that you can be the tire. Well, the issue with that is that you can't really get the tires off, even the ones that fit, because it starts rotating and it gets out. I could always get here some like stops so it doesn't move, but that feels like putting a band-aid on some like bigger problem. So now we'll be separating the issue in two problems. The one is cracking the bead and the second is getting it off. The first one will be solved by using this. I'll clean out the cement. Because of recyclation, I'll use this, which will be put right here. Thanks to that, all of this, apart from this part, can be lost, which will make it much more compact, simple, and it will move less. So the second part, getting the tire off, I use this one, which will be right here. It's smaller than this one. It's gonna be put here. It's gonna be like this, on 2 points attached, and there is gonna be this steel as the backer at the bottom, so that the disc doesn't rock, and there will be a hole so that you can screw the wheel. Plus, there's gonna be this bigger tube that could be geared onto to use on, for example, BMW discs. So let's do it. I'll explain it as I go through it so that it makes sense. The main reason why this was so complicated is because the only thing I could do is get it just like here. I couldn't get it in the ground or to some post, so that made it very complicated. So I'll start off with this. First off, I need to clean up this cement with this, then I'll wire wheel it, and then I'll make holes from both sides. In this instance, only one per side, because I was thinking of making holes at all the places, but when I thought about it, I am not likely to make any more, and even if I were, I would just make another pair and that would be it, so it's a wasted effort. So it's done. It could have been cleaned a lot better, but on the second thought, I'll just use this part where it is straight. Like all of this could be straightened out, but it's really hard. I would need to warm it up like a lot, and I don't have the tools necessary to do that. So in the future, I'll try to fix it when it's on it. That's what I call talent. Every hole is a centimeter off. So yeah, I'll need to fix it. When I was drilling the second one, I was like feeling that it's a little bit off, but I was like, it'll be fine. Well, it isn't. So now I'll need to fix it. New day, new me. As I was thinking about how I drilled the holes wrong, I came to the conclusion that, well, I just don't like how it looks. I could clean it up, I could straighten it out. I don't really have the tools to do that. So I decided to scrap this idea and go with ID. With the idea that there, with the tube that would have the notch, it would come into this, then it could rotate. With me just having one hole. Sounds a lot better. So that would be it. Now I'll cut the tube that we'll be using and cut notches into it so that it can be slid into and move. So the way we'll do the machine to get the tire off, we'll be using this. Firstly, I wanted this platform to just make a hole, but my plasma cutter is not functional right now. So the way to do that, I came up with is taking this apart, which means making a hole just like this length, then having the bottom half, which will be attached to this. Right, I'll be using this part, will be attached, all welded. Then on top of it, I'm going to have this part, it's gonna be all welded, and then from the top part, it's gonna be leveled, and that way, when this part has a line here, so that I can tighten the wheel, it's gonna work alright.